Kajabi partners, I'm about to sit down with Andrew Donavan, who is an awesome Kajabi partner, and he's going to talk all about how he uses bonuses to incentivize his referrals to sign up for Kajabi. So let's see what he has to say. Hello, thank you so much, Andrew, for being here today and sharing your story. Would love for you to give a quick introduction of who you are, what your business is, and how you got started on the Kajabi Partner Program.
Hi, Allie. Super happy to be here. So I teach a unique fusion of law of attraction and digital entrepreneurship. And so I'm a coach for coaches and practitioners. And I got into that. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I got into that. It's probably because I built up an education company and did it all through digital marketing. And I built my first course on Kajabi. And I liked it so much that I thought I should teach this to other people.
Nice. I love it. A very simple approach to the partner program. And actually, you'd be surprised at how many people have that same experience where they build this successful course and then they realize people want to know how to do this, and I can actually monetize my knowledge of building this course and turn it into a partner business. So super cool that you did that. I know your story a little bit, but obviously those watching don't. So do you want to talk about your first big launch as a Kajabi partner? I know it was back in December, January time. What did you do around that launch, and how did you kind of get started in the partner program? Like, what was your first campaign as a Kajabi partner like?
For sure. Well, so when I build businesses, I always start off with the ascension model concept. So I want to know what sequence of offers I'm going to be offering my audience, so that I always have the next step to send them to when when they're ready for it. And a subscription model is obviously a desirable part of everybody's business. And for me, I'm a good fire starter, but I'm not a good fire tender. And so since I coach coaches, it was really easy for me to decide that I wanted to have Kajabi as part of my business model, because not just like for me personally, like what I build my courses on, but what I would encourage other people to build their online businesses on. Because one, everybody needs the tech. Like if you have a business, you need the website, you need the email, you need the CRM, you need content hosting, all of that. And so I could either create a landing page that has links for all of my favorite platforms and say, go get these, or I could say, use one thing and then have that be my subscription component to my business model. And so because I had already had such a positive experience on Kajabi, it took no effort at all to tell all of my audience, like, you would be crazy to not strongly consider moving everything onto Kajabi, because it will save you so much time and so much money. And the people who have done it in my audience are really, really happy with it too.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's so incredibly smart. It's almost like a mindset shift a little bit of like, hey, instead of getting on this like hamster wheel of content creation by having some sort of subscription model like a membership site, you actually said, no, I don't want to do that. I think with this 30% lifetime commission, I have a better model for ascending my customers into higher levels with me. And so I just think that's brilliant. And it honestly, like, treating Kajabi as your own product is one of those things that I hear a lot of partners talk about. And I think it allows you to have a specific amount of care and trust in the fact that you're going to speak about Kajabi as if it's your own. And if you're going to do that, I think your customers and your referrals are going to be that much more successful for it.
Well, when I talk about Kajabi, I totally act like we're all best friends.
I love it. We are. That's our little catchphrase for the partner program is it's better than being best friends.
Better than being best friends. I mean, for me, there's so many advantages because I get to focus on what I'm good at. So I teach the digital marketing strategy. I teach the mindset behind successful entrepreneurship. I don't have to maintain customer support teams to manage the subscription part of the model, because Kajabi obviously does that. And I don't have to provide like a 24-hour chat support, because you do that for my people. And I mean, there's like even retention. I love that. I mean, obviously I want to retain my Kajabi referrals as best as I can, but Kajabi is already doing so much stuff every single month to make sure that the people that I get signed up for Kajabi become happy, lifelong Kajabi customers.
Yeah, totally. Can you speak a little bit about the actual bonus that you offered? You kind of hinted at it, but basically you treat Kajabi as your ascension model. So how did you get people in the door? What did you offer them as a bonus incentive?
The first thing I did was a little bit gutsy. I took my signature course, which ranges anywhere between $500 to $2,000, and I gave it to people for free if they would sign up for Kajabi, and they only got to keep it if they stayed in Kajabi.
Wow.
And so So it was a little bit of an aggressive move, but it was my first time like doing something as an active partner for Kajabi, and so I just wanted to go full force, and I knew that my course was designed to make sure that their Kajabi experience was like wildly successful, and the lifetime value of a Kajabi referral, I mean, 30% of $150 or $200 for X number of years, like that was an easy no-brainer for me. So it's already paid off big time fiscally, and my customers are really happy that they got that like super valuable course content. Plus, they have Kajabi and all the things that come with
Yeah,
Kajabi.
I want to pause right there and just kind of put a pin on that for people who are watching. If you have 5 or more referrals, you more than likely have a Kajabi business that you started before you ventured out as a Kajabi partner, right? So you have a course, a membership site, something. And this is a big assumption, but I would encourage you to take the road that Andrew took in terms of, I'm not going to sit down and try to craft a whole new bonus, a whole new course, a whole new thing for my Kajabi referrals, but I'm just going to use what I already have and what I already know is working. And I love how strategic and smart you were about, hey, and you don't get to keep it unless you stay on Kajabi, because that's going to be a retention getter for you in terms of keeping them month over month. Because obviously you want an ROI if you're going to offer something that's originally $400 to $2,000. It's a lot of money. So making sure you have safety nets like that are really important. But the most important thing is that he didn't reinvent the wheel. He took what he already had and offered it up as a bonus. And so if you have something right now that could work for that, you don't even have to start over from scratch. You can just offer that and then keep, these things in place that are going to be safety nets for you. But I just think that's brilliant, because I have partners come to me all the time and say, oh, I want to create a bonus, but I don't even know where to start. Like, it just seems like a whole new, thing that I have to set time aside for. And I don't even know if it's going to work. And it's like, okay, well then use what does actually work, and use the thing that you're already, selling in your business. And I think that goes back to what we said earlier about it just wraps up Kajabi into your ecosystem of your business and what you're doing, which makes it a much more authentic sell.
Well, and I mean, everyone that you're positioning, that you're sharing Kajabi with, I mean, like I said a minute ago, they all have to have the technology anyway. So, I mean, I don't think that your industry even matters. If you're a coach for dog trainers or something like that, and that's what your content is on your Kajabi website and platform, I mean, you could have materials that you develop for that audience be the freebies that they get when they start using Kajabi. And it's really just how you position it and tie it all together. If you can come up with a clever positioning that makes it make sense why you'd get the dog trainer content bonuses with, and then move all of your stuff onto Kajabi, I mean, people will go for it.
I guess my next question for you would be, so you had that initial launch and you offered that bonus. What are you doing now? What's your strategy now? What kind of are you looking forward to in the future for the Kajabi Partner Program?
So what I really want to create with Kajabi is, because I coach coaches and practitioners and, teachers, educators, I want to have content that I produce online just create a steady stream of new referrals outside of doing big launches like what I started with. And so so my regular offering for people who sign up with Kajabi is totally utilizing materials that I'd already created. It's not a big $2,000 course. It's a set of cheat sheets and templates and processes that I give my team when we create new like pipelines and different assets on Kajabi. And so I give it's just a zip folder of all these cheat sheets and templates, and you get those from me when you sign up with my Kajabi link. And I like maybe tweaked a few things, but most of it was just stuff that I'd already created, because I had to teach my assistant how to make a pipeline, and I had to teach some of my students in one-on-one sessions how to do certain things. And so I just repurposed all of that. And so I talk about Kajabi pretty often on my podcast, on YouTube videos. And so that's my ideal, to have a robust set of attraction designed content that gets people listening to me when I talk about Kajabi, and then my little links there, and they want to click my link because then they get my freebies.
Well, Andrew, I'd love to ask just one more thing. And that is, if there was one piece of advice, you've kind of touched on this throughout the whole thing, but if there's one piece of advice you could give to those partners who are maybe 5 referrals in and are looking to scale, or even don't have 5 referrals yet, but want to scale a partner business, what would you say to them?
I think that my one piece of advice would be find a way to authentically integrate consistently. So authenticity for me is everything. I won't talk about something in my business, in my different platforms where I share my message online. I won't do anything. I won't create a product. I won't affiliate for anything unless it's totally authentic for me. But when I find the positioning that makes it an authentic match, then I'm just off to the races. And so for me, I mean, I love when, like, I mean, how many referrals did I get my first week as a partner? I think it was like 186
It was
or something like
insane.
that.
I want
It
to
was
say
it was
that.
it was a lot at first, but my goal isn't to like be like, bang and then disappear and then bang and then
Yeah.
disappear. I mean, like if you just spend a few years collecting 5 new referrals every month, I mean,
Yes.
over a few years, like I said, that would be just massively valuable to your business revenue. And you don't have to maintain most of that because Kajabi maintains it for you. So that would be my number one piece of advice. How do you find some authentic positioning and then just stick with it really consistently so that you've got little plugs here and there in your YouTube videos, in your podcast episodes, in your whatever you're doing, just small reminders to your audience that this is here. And the people that are ready for it, when they're ready, they can raise their hand. There's not a lot of pressure and you haven't shifted your focus. You've stayed authentic to your main thing. And over time, the Kajabi partner element grows into a tremendously valuable asset.
Yes. Oh, that's such good insight and such good advice. I think oftentimes people get bogged down with like, I need to scale right away to 25, 50 referrals. I'm going to focus full time on this. But I love what you said about letting that kind of drum up over time, letting it simmer and cultivate. And I mean, even if you get 3 Kajabi referrals and they stay on the platform forever, that's your Kajabi bill paid for. You're running your business for free, And so I think there's value to be had even with the slow burning strategies and kind of cultivating that over time. So I just love this conversation. I think that everything you're doing is incredibly smart and incredibly strategic, but also just really authentic. You can tell it's who you are as a business person. This is how you conduct business. And so I just really appreciate it. And I'm super excited to continue to see your referrals grow over time with Kajabi Partner Program.
Thank you.